culture. Classic pop culture.
Who Zoom In Who, of course, by Aretha Franklin from her album of the same name. By the way, Aretha Franklin's first ever platinum record. Oh, and it just so happened to be co-written by our guest, Mr. Preston Glass. Mr. Glass has written so many hits, produced so many hits, performed on so many of his own albums. I'm going to just throw out some names to you, okay? I mentioned Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Natalie Cole, Kenny G, George Benson, Earth, Wind and Fire, Little Anthony, Joe Mandica and Stephanie Angelini, Stacey Lattisaw and Johnny Gill, Jermaine Stewart, Michelle Gale. I am just tipping the iceberg of all the people that this magnificent man of music has worked with. 5 days ago, I had the pleasure of interviewing Preston Glass, and we're going to hear that interview in a very few moments. Now, as busy a man as Mr. Glass is, he talked with me for a full hour. How great is he to give up his time so generously? As always, I would like to thank Joe Mandica for singing and composing our opening theme, classic pop culture. I have a feeling we'll be talking about Joe with our guest a little later on in the interview. I just have a sneaking suspicion. And my very special guest is the co-producer of both of those works. Preston Glass is truly a Renaissance man in the field of music. He's a producer, songwriter, musician, performer, arranger. Mr. Glass wears many hats when it comes to music, and they all fit perfectly. Here's just the tip of the iceberg of this amazing man's contributions to music. He co-wrote Who's Zoomin' Who and Jimmy Lee by Aretha Franklin, Miss You Like Crazy by Natalie Cole, We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off, too late, by Jermaine Stewart, Songbird and Don't Make Me Wait for Love by Kenny G, the British Song of the Year nominee Sweetness by Michelle Gale, Kisses in the Moonlight by George Benson, Perfect Combination by Stacey Lattisaw and Johnny Gill, which Preston also co-produced. He produced Earth, Wind and Fire's #1 System of Survival. He produced Anita Pointer's solo album, Love for What It Is. And as we just heard leading into the interview, 2017 is already full of successes with I Remember and Light Up Your Love. Plus, Mr. Glass is working on a project with two friends of this show, Australia's Joe Mandica and Stephanie Angelini. And I haven't even mentioned Mr. Glass's own albums on which he sings and performs his own songs. There are very few people who have a resume even close to our guests. It is my honor and privilege to welcome to classic pop culture the legendary Mr. Preston Glass. Mr. Glass, this is Steve. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me, and good to meet you, Steve. I enjoy doing interviews like this, and I've heard nothing but good things about you.
Yeah, speaking of collaborations, you've recently been working with two friends of this show from the land down under, Joe Mandica and Stephanie Angelini. Yeah. They were on a few weeks ago. But
right.
Before I ask you about the project you guys are working on, Joe Mandica told me a couple of things that I have to ask you about that I would love to hear the answers to. So,
oh no.
Well, one of those things is I'd love to hear about the first time you met Berry Gordy.
Oh, that's what I get for opening my mouth. The first time I met him, okay. Yeah,
yes, the first time you met him.
Well, the first, of course, any young music person in the United States has to be a fan of Motown or Berry Gordy. Mm-hmm. So I had never met him. I, worked with a lot of people, but always wanted to meet him. Never had the chance or our paths never crossed. And so I guess about 15 years ago, I'm at this restaurant with my wife. We're celebrating our, at that time, I think it was our 17th anniversary or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I look over and I see, wow, it's Berry Gordy and Smokey Robinson with their ladies at their table.
Holy smokes, yeah.
I'm like, okay, I could just leave them alone. And I noticed a lot of people were coming up to the table, but most people didn't know who Berry Gordy was. They were all coming up to Smokey. Can I take a picture? And
Oh my God.
so on and so forth. So, and Smokey seemed to be, at least from what I saw from my CD, he seemed to be very accommodating and smiling and all that. And I was like, wow, maybe this is my chance. Maybe I can give Barry some accolades because he's sitting over there. Nobody's coming up there.
Absolutely, score some points.
That's what yeah, so I said, that's what I'll do. So I went up. I said, excuse me, and I gave Barry my card. I gave Smokey my card. When I gave Barry my card, he looked at me like, what are you doing over here? Kind of a thing. And Smokey looked at it. I was very surprised that he goes, oh, Preston Glass, I've heard of you. So that was kind of
very cool, yes.
Because I had never met Smokey.
Yeah, but why wouldn't he know you, Preston?
I just didn't know. But even though, of course, Smokey is, big enough thing, and me being a songwriter, but for some reason it was the Berry Gordy thing that was like, gotta be Berry Gordy. So, I said something. Oh, that's what I said. I said, my wife and I are celebrating our 17th anniversary tonight. We've been together a long time, and I know you guys have been together a long time, and it's cause for celebration. I'm trying to think of something creative. Right?
Nice, yeah.
So I just wanted to say congratulations on your guys' relationship. And Smokey's like, oh, thank you, man. And Barry looked at me like, will you get away from my table? I mean, he didn't say that.
Right,
he
but
didn't say a word,
his eyes said it. His body language said it.
Yeah, but his eyes sure said that. It said that. I was like, and I kind of walked away. And that was, cut to about a few years ago, like 5 years ago. Then I met Barry, and we hung out. And of course, I didn't tell him that I met him before. In fact, he requested this meeting in recent years because he heard some music I did, and we had a great time at his house and stuff. But I never let him know that, you didn't talk to me.
Why do I think that's going to be a song sometime?
Yeah, I might have already written it and didn't know it.
Right. Okay, now I have another Joe Mandic. He told me to ask you about you and the Traveling Wilburys. At breakfast or?
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm a huge Beatles fan. So of course, anything George Harrison Beatles related, he said you have to ask Preston about that.
Let's see. I forgot where I think it was after a session one night. Me and my wife went to. Must have been like 3 a.m. and I think we went to a Norm's restaurant. I don't know if they have them back east, but they're kind of like a Denny's or.
No, I don't think we do, unless I'm missing them.
They're like International House of Pancakes. They're
sure.
Like not no fancy restaurant, very
good food.
Chain restaurant. Yeah, and at that time, late 4 a.m, ain't a whole lot of people in there. But there's a table in the back, and we weren't sitting too far from that. It looked like about 9 people or so. But I noticed as I'm starting to focus in on the people at that table. Jeff Lynne and then George Harrison. And then, was it Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison? Yep. They were all sitting there eating.
Holy
but not eating fancy food, just some pancakes.
Eating like human beings.
Yes. So I think that's the story he's talking about. I mean, I didn't get up the nerve to go over there. But
oh my gosh, I don't think I would have had the nerve either. and you're established in the music business. I would never have even thought of it.
Back then they didn't have the cell phone.
You didn't take a picture, right?
Yeah, I would have done that probably.
Well, that's cool. So listen, you're working with Joe Mandic and Stephanie Angeli.
Yes.
Boy, talk about an angelic voice with Stephanie.
Yes.
What can you tell us about where that project is at?
Yeah, well, it's finished as far as mix and everything. It's getting ready to release a single called A Secret Smile. And then after that, we have some surprises for you. Stay tuned. But yes, nice. Stephanie's got her own style. It was great to work with a young artist that had a feel for classic music as well as what the new folks are doing. Yeah. And of course, Joe is a great songwriter, creative guy.
Yes,
so,
he's really got that pop mentality that. I met Joe a couple of times when he and Morella have come over to America, but Stephanie and Joe, two very humble people as well.
Very, very, very. And you don't see that a lot, even with the younger artists. Like I was saying earlier, sometimes these young folks come in like, you're an old guy, get out of the way.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of respect, and of course, I respected them. Shout out to Morella as well.
Yeah, she's such a sweetheart.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to doing more projects. In fact, quiet as it's kept, Joe probably didn't tell you that him and I wrote a song for Little Anthony.
No, he didn't mention that to me, no.
Yeah, he
Wow.
came up with this idea, so I finished it up. So we'll see what happens with that as well.
Wow. I again, as a layman, I know how things take time. Is there any kind of a projected release date for this work that you guys have completed?
Right now, we're just focusing on getting a single out, which I think is any day now.
Mm-hmm.
And they did another mix of another version of the same song, a little different version. So we're taking this day by, step at a time, because it's one of those projects that she could just put out as herself, by herself, or I could do it on my imprint. But there's some folks that want to hear it, that are label people, so it may land in one of their hands.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to just give it a few months to see how it will be presented to the public.
Wow. I can't wait to hear the finished product because, I've heard A Secret Smile, and we're going to actually listen to that as we close out here. But, Preston, we're going to finish up with A Secret Smile from the upcoming Preston Glass, Joe Mandica, Stephanie Angelini collaboration. And earlier in the interview, you were saying, working with all the bigs in the music business, that most of them are the ones that were the most humble and the most giving. And as big as you are, I have to tell you, Joe Mandica told me this, and Stephanie told me that you are such a wonderful person. You're so down to earth, and you're so humble. And boy, they didn't even prepare me for as great of a person as you really turned out to be. And it's so great to know people that I've admired for years. Like I said, I've seen your name all over the place, and to find out you're this humble and sincere of a person, it just adds to my love of you and what you've given to all of us in music. So I really want to thank you so much for being on the show.
That's very sweet. Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. And here's A Secret Smile, and once again, Preston Glass, we love you. Thank you so much.
Love you too. All right, man.
Bye.
Take care.
I can't believe you look so wild. I saw your eyes, a secret smile. I had to look the other way. I could not find the words to say. I wanted to leave and walk away. Then by surprise I heard you say, I love you, I need you, I want you, despite all the drama I put you through. And then you kissed my lips, and my heart began to drift. The smile in your eyes so alluring, but it was your kiss reassuring. Forget the past and try to love again. I feel so free, just like a child. The meaning of your secret smile has been revealed, and now it's clear. Now I know the words to say to you. Deep in your eyes I see the truth, so let me whisper in your ear. I love you, I need you, I want you, despite all the drama I put you through. I want to kiss your lips, once again feel my heart drift. The smile in your eyes so alluring, but it was your kiss reassuring. I want to start anew here tonight. I want to kiss your lips, once again feel my heart drift. The smile in your eyes so assuring, but it was your kiss so alluring. I want to start anew here tonight.
I got goosebumps the first time I heard that song, A Secret Smile, and I got goosebumps again listening to it just now. I cannot wait for the upcoming Preston Glass, Joe Mandica, Stephanie Angelini, and Company album to come out. Oh my goodness. Can't wait to hear the rest of the songs. And once again, thank you so much, Preston Glass, for more than I ever could have hoped for with this interview. And guys, it looks as though that's about it for another edition of Steve Ludwig's Classic Pop Culture. Show number 126 is in the books. And we hope you enjoyed listening, as we always enjoy speaking with you, playing songs for you, and doing cool and groovy stuff with you. So until next time, everybody, be kind to the person you're with, hold the door for the person behind you, and oh yeah, keep on rocking.
You put your hand on your head, put your foot in the air, then you hop around the room, in your underwear. There ain't never been nothing quite like this. Come on, baby, it's the Wilbury twist. Lift your other foot up, fall on your ass. Get back up, put your teeth in the glass. There ain't never been nothing quite like this. It's a magical thing called the Wilbury twist. Roll up your rug, dust your broom, ball of jack, howl at the moon. Ain't never been nothing quite like this. Everybody's talking about the Wilbury twist. Blindfold on. You'll never know when your friends have gone. It could be years before you missed. Everybody's trying to do the Wilbury twist. It's a different thing for you all to do. Spin your body like a screw. Better not forget it on your shopping list. You can stop a buy when it's a Wilbury twist. Ain't never been nothing quite like this. Better come and get it, it's a Wilbury twist. I guess by they dropped the Wilbur twist.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here!
Let's get out of here!
Let's get out of here!
Come on. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Boss, let's get out of here. It is getting crowded. Let's get out of here.
Oh, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.